Hello, I'm Kevin. I made the project Thin Air. It's a game, soon to be VR game, still working on that. But it's a game about finding self acceptance in a general sense. Through a spiritual world and spiritual storyline, you learn about a character and venture through the spirit world to like find out who you are, kind of more what to figure out what the problem is and find an alternative for the problem of our character. And that problem is the self-help drug. So self-help books like these, constant improving, that kind of stuff. But this is a very personal story for me. So a big part of my project is how personal it is. And it's actually one of my first projects where I finally did something that was truly from me, I would say. Because um, I I made something that I feel does all the things I want to. Like I want I finally found also something that I can do because I'm kind of a jack of all trades. So creating this was for me the first like opening where I saw, hey, this is something I really like, really like, and I want to keep making this because I can do to do it 2D animation, 3D modeling, 3D animation. I can do all okay, but I never thought about like what do I want to do with this? How can I express myself in these mediums? And with this game I just made, I finally found something that I thought, yes, this is like the platform for me. I'm going to express myself. It's this VR game, um, or games in general, really spark something up with me. But it doesn't have to be a game. It has to be. It's more VR experience. If you also look at the gameplay I made, the video that shows my project, it's almost a movie. So I'm thinking about even filming, just filming my gameplay and maybe sending it in as a funding or even the wild card. Who knows? But I was telling you about how all these things came together. So this VR game, but also the my personal story, and that's something I've been struggling with. I talked about it in my competency assessment for that I never really had some personal influence in my work, but this time I like everything you see in that room from the game is based on something in my room. It was a really hard period for me that I had to understand that you need to love yourself before you start improving yourself. And that's the general idea of my game. It's about using nature and shamanism to find a way to um, accept yourself, and it's just a way of doing it. I'm not saying it's the way, but for me, it was a way to inspire myself to become more happy with myself. And the last thing is that VFX. So VFX is something I really like. I really like doing it. Um, so if you can see in the video, you have this grass appearing, and you have the northern lights shimmering in the air, um, and I had a lot more plans about like doing a lot more VFX. And it's the first time I actually got to use VFX to tell a story, and that's really nice. I tried it with another project that was about the city of Rotterdam, but that didn't work out. And in this project, I really found my groove. I would say this is really something I want to start building on, and that's maybe also the problem right now with how it it is just manifested. It just manifested for me, So I haven't really looked at the outside. I'm gonna be really honest here. Like, I've always thought I would be an animator in like a 2D animation studio, or 3D modeler maybe, but game design, or um, yeah, even coding or creating games in on my own, like on Steam. It's all things I'm still really thinking about, because it just I just discovered it. But I am looking around. You have a lot of studios still, like Dutch VR or Vertigo Games or Therapieland, that I want to reach out to, especially for Therapieland, because they are already doing virtual reality mental health care. And I think I am kind of filling in a gap here, because not a gap year, but a gap in the market, because there are a lot of these games that are trying to help people with mental health, but they are boring. I'm gonna be really honest. They are very on the nose. It's the same kind of as I made in my minor. It's I don't I think they're helpful, but I think there could be a little bit more of an artistic twist to them, and I hope I can fill that in. So what's kind of the future of this project? So I'm trying to get like creative ways to reach people with this game, because what I want with this game, or the ultimate goal, is to start a conversation. Maybe have my community even, to like, hey, people who related to this and maybe are inspired by this, they maybe want know more, or want to talk about it and talk with each other. And that's something I would really love to happen. And in a general sense, I myself learned something from this game, and that's what I'm really, I thought I had figured it out, kind of like I knew how it was, and I finally accepted myself. But when I was doing this, making the environments, the room, and then the spirit world, and doing research, it all helped me kind of figure out how, um, or learn more about what self acceptance means, and how you can improve it, or how you can learn it. But for me, it making this game just also helped me again, reflecting on myself. So it was kind of I was literally the player character, I would say. So that's really nice. Yeah. Um, I think that's it.